Damn.
Damn it. Yeah. So when I got to her scene, everything that we've seen to this point, she was kind of under hood and kicking these guys' butts. But everything we've seen from the TVA outside of how charming Owen Wilson is has been very like bureaucratic, very red tape, very corporate, very ho hum. They're just kind of doing their job, and it's like you don't get a very positive or negative feelings from this entity called the TVA. It just kind of is what it is. Like they kind of do their thing, and Mobius is kind of the only character that you'd want to spend any time with, honestly.
Yeah.
So but they're presented as the good guys, kind of, because they're chasing what seems to be a bad guy, a dark hooded figure that's being violent towards them or whatnot. But I just get the feeling like we don't know everything, especially with how elusive these timekeepers are, how there's these gods that we've only seen in cartoon form so far, and how they're really just kind of they've been too busy to appear. And even the fact that that Mobius himself has not met these characters, he just kind of trusts and believes that he was created by these guys and does dedicates his life and his work to them, because he believes, and he even says as much, because I believe in the sanctity of keeping this timeline together, this one timeline, and avoiding a multiverse, so you can avoid a war between different universes. So hey, that's something. If you believe that, that's something to follow along with and dedicate yourself to. But the fact that we don't see them, and we just get these short shots of his boss, that Mobius guy. I forget her name, and the actress's name too, but she is always very kind of sketchy too. Like even Loki in the beginning, when he was waiting in that turnstile line, he's like, okay, what do they do? Well, they develop the timeline, and they basically untangle the future timeline. It's like, okay, well, what do you do? Well, I develop the timeline depending on what they tell me. And it's like, very nebulous. And I think there's more to that story. There's something that we're not seeing. And I think maybe this female Loki knows something, just for the simple fact that she kidnapped one of these time soldiers and essentially told her or showed her something that really messed her up. I mean, when they got to her, she was like gobbledygook, like blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
She went kind of nuts. And she told Mobius that I've given up the location of the timekeepers. She freely gave that information to this female Loki. And why would she do that unless this female Loki showed her something that would mess up her worldview? So there's definitely more going on here. And at the end of this episode, she sets a bomb off to where everything that they've been trying to avoid, their whole modus operandi, is to keep this timeline one line. It's been ruined because now it's been breached, and there's a ton of these different branches branching off all at once.
I think it was those time erasers she went ahead and put off, and they were all dropping.
Yeah.
And everyone that dropped made a new timeline.
Yeah, they were definitely going to points in time that she definitely knew would affect and branch off into things, and they were basically wreaking havoc in a way the Avengers didn't. I mean, the Avengers did kind of the same thing with their time travel, but they went afterwards. Steve Rogers, put everything back the way it was. Apparently, we haven't seen that story yet. Hopefully, we get more of that. Hopefully, we get an inkling of, as far as how Steve was able to mend this thing, but maybe not. They've already talked about it, and maybe we've already gone past that story point.